Guys, I thought I would come to you and record another session of making a Adcept, this time with the sound. So I have Adobe Illustrator pulled up. I'll go here to create new. I'll go to print, and I want this one to be letter. Like I said before, put your title here. Adcept. This one I'll say is about volunteering. Yours could have any, type of focus. Let me put example. Okay, so now I want to change this to inches, and 8.5 by 11 is fine. We can either make this one a landscape or a vertical. I'll stay with a vertical right now. You can add bleed lines or you cannot. It's up to you. Usually those are great when you're working with large printing projects. So let's go to create. And so here we have our blank page. Now, like, let's say I have a concept already and I know that I want to use my photo. Feel free, if you want to start, if you don't know where to start, to go to your rulers, show rulers, and then you can drag out lines or you can use the lines here as guides. So let's say we want to use like half of the page. You can create like little text boxes with color to see where you want to lay stuff, and you can put them in grayscale and you can delete them later. So this is where your coloring is going to be, one section, and then you can have your swatches over here. So the front is the fill color. The back, you see how that popped out, is the outline color. I don't want to outline, so I'm going to hit the white box with a red line through it, and then I'm going to pop back to the fill color. And let's say we want the fill color to be gray, just so we know where we want to lay stuff out. And then we go back to our selection tool. Whoops, I want to delete that because I don't mean to do that. And let me come out a little bit here. Let me just go to 100. Alright, so then maybe we want to create another box here. And we'll make that another color gray. And here. And we'll make this another color gray. And then we have a semi layout. So let's say, oh, you want your picture to go here, and you want some text to go here, and then you want some text to go here, and then you have a cluster of pictures over there. I'm going to take these out, but that I just put this here so that you can see. I'm going to file place a photo. It's the one I used yesterday. It's not that good, but it's the all hands on deck photo. I mean, the photo is good, but the pixelation is bad. So let's say I want to place this photo here. Okay, and don't do that. Undo. Anytime you want to resize something, come to the corner, hold down shift and resize it that way so the dimensions stay the same. Now let's say that I want this to come all the way down. I'm going to delete the gray box. Copy, Command C, paste, or either right click. Oh, it doesn't have copy and paste anyway. So do your functions on your computer keyboard then. And I'm just going to keep pasting a couple of these because I want them to come all the way down. All the way down. And let's say they were actually all different photos. And paste one more. And this one may be a little bit off the grid. And I'll show you how you can fix that. You can leave it as is, or you can make a crop, a clipping mask. So you just draw a box on top of it of where the size you want it to be, and then you go to the selection tool and you see that selected, hold down shift, select that one, then go to Command 7, and it created a clipping mask. Okay, so that is all of our photos right there. And let's say they're all different photos, and I want to write text over top of these photos. So I create a box right there. Right now the box is clear, but let's say I want it to be gray and or white, and then I go over to opacity and just bring it down or up. And then it's much better when I want to write text over top of it. And then let's say we want to actually have a bar at the very bottom that has all of the, just like the website and phone number or something, and we'll make that bar black. And it could be bigger, you know, we could find out, oh, that we need more space, whatever, so we leave it like that. And then I decide that I want to just do some stackable text. So I just want to do the word volunteer. Oh my God, this keyboard. All the different keyboards really screw up my typing, so I have to figure out how to type quick on each different one. That's neither here nor there. So this one, I know that maybe I do want it to be like, look like this, or let me take it up some so we can see. Maybe I want all caps. Oh my God. Maybe, do I like it that way? I don't know. Let me see. What about impact? Yeah, I think I like impact. So, remember I was talking about the words the other day, or the characteristics of words or type text. You can go to character, and you see it drops down this whole panel. This will create space in between two levels. This will take your text up, the height up. This will take it wider. This will also take the space between the text wider. So, like, let's show you, for example, right here. This is like the kerning and tracking. This is tracking. Okay. And you can highlight each one. Leading, scale, vertical scale, kerning, making things like the space in between stuff smaller. So we're spreading it out. We're using tracking to spread it out. At some point it becomes like hard to read, so you don't want to do too much. So let's say we like that, but we want to take it up till it fills the box. Maybe. And let's use our rulers, right? So let's put a ruler here because we don't want the text to go back past that. And let's put a ruler here. Let's see here. Is that really even? No. Okay, now that's even. So we don't want the text to go beyond. Actually, I can put another one in here. Here and here. And now it's even on both sides. So I'm going to line my box up with that. And then I'm going to stop it here. And I'm just going to fill this volunteer till it gets to that point. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just take my text box all the way down. And, oh, actually, let's drag a ruler here to see what the maximum height is for where we need to stop. And you can draw one to the bottom too for where you just don't want any more text to go. So those are my guidelines. So I know that I'm going to now drag this here. Actually, I think I want one more. So this is where the text will stop here. Okay, so you see that? And then I have my text box all the way down here. And actually what I'm going to do is just copy and paste this volunteer over and over because I want to do something that looks like a shadowy, like the volunteer is disappearing. Do, 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 do. Okay, so, and then actually, let me pull it down one more. Even though we won't see it, it might create a cool shadow effect there. Okay, so now we have all of our volunteers, and let's say that I really want it to be the color of this person's shirt. So I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to go to this dropper tool, the eyedropper tool, and just select right there on that green. And now that we have this green, I want to keep it. So I'm going to select the, put the selection tool on there, and then the color shows up here in swatches. I'm just going to click and drag, and now it's there forever. So we have it. We don't have to try to guess what color it is. What I want to do now is actually get this to disappear almost. So make each color lighter and lighter until it disappears. And what we can do is just keep going. You see how the circle is here? So what I did, actually, let me cancel out of this. I went to the swatches and I see it right here highlighted. I double clicked there. And I know in order, the circle is here, if I want to get it lighter and lighter until it disappears, then I don't go down here until it gets black because that's not disappearing. What I do is I go over here to the white. So I'm just make a diagonal in my head. Okay, so each color will go somewhere along this line until it disappears. All right, so I will then go here. Okay. And then, or maybe I need to, and you'll see if you need to go lighter and lighter. So let's click that. Actually, I'm going to go here. Okay. And then we'll go we were about here. Let's look at it. Okay. And then actually let me drag this one over here so I can have a reference. And then we'll go cancel here, and that's there. So we'll go there, okay. And then we'll drag this here, and you could drag them all for reference because it helps you when you click back here to see where it was. Now we go there, and then we drag this over here, and then we can kind of see the scale there too. And now we go here, and then we make it that color, and then we double click here. Whoops. And then we go one step up, and then we come here. Oh, actually, let me make this color, drag it here, and then come here and make that color that, and then double click, and then just keep going until you get to where you want to be with it. Oops. Undo. Drag it right there. Okay, make this one that color, and then double click it, and then get closer over here. And then go here, make it that color, come over here, then get here. Okay, and then record that color, and then come here and make it color and then go here. Okay. And then, oops, drag this color there. Make that color and then go there. Okay. And then, whoops, drag that there and make this one that color, but then go here. Okay. And now we're volunteered out. So you see how this volunteer goes over top of the black line? We're just going to click the black box, go to Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. There it goes. It disappears. Okay. And if we feel like the difference between this volunteer and the other one is not the best, we can always click and make that, and then when we click here, we figure it out. Maybe we bring it a little bit closer to what it is. Alright, so there we go. Volunteer until we disappear. Then, I don't know, maybe let's say you don't like the spaces on them. You can always highlight all of them, and then that's when you can come and do the spaces like this. Right? And then maybe you have to do some more volunteers. Maybe it's looking too crazy and you don't, whoops, undo. And you don't necessarily want it to look that compact, so you go back and you bring it down. Maybe that one is better for you. Okay, and then you want to put your text over here, so you come over here to the type tool, and actually we want to even grab some rulers for here. So if the box starts there, we don't want our text to go past there, and we don't want our text to go past there. Sometimes you just have to kind of eyeball it because it doesn't always fit the rulers. And then we have lines right here, but we don't have any lines right here. So we know that we don't want our text to come past like right here probably. And then you can, draw your text box in there. Now I know that I want the logo. One thing you can do is file save as you go so that you don't just randomly accidentally disappear, your stuff. Have your stuff erased or not saved, like if your computer shuts down. Now I know I want to bring in the logo. I'm going to go to File, Place, and go into my downloads and Ideas, High Res Logo. This is available on Blackboard. So I want the logo to go right here. Okay. So let's say like I put the logo right there, but I don't really like that you can't see it. So maybe I move it around here and there's an option, or I can make this box darker and it's still transparent, and maybe that's an option, or you can just put something white behind it altogether. But I think what I will do is keep it there. Maybe I'll just bring this box up, and maybe I'll bring this box up so that that's there, looks a little bit more visible, and I'll bring this box here maybe, and then I'll bring Ideas here, and I probably want to have it come over a little bit. So I'm going to actually make this back closer to white, somewhere between here and here. And then let's go to a text box, and maybe we have it the whole thing but we don't need it to be that big, so we come and bring it all the way down. And maybe we put a stats thing here. What do we say? 58% of whoa, this thing is so annoying. Of people in Orlando volunteer. Okay, so right now, anything you text after you modify the characters up here for one thing is going to keep for the others. So we know we want to change that. We'll change that eventually, but I'm going to take this up so that it fits the whole text box. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is come here and go to character and just modify that. Actually, you know what? You can do it for the whole thing too, but since I already started there, I'm just going to do these two. And just, whoops, bring them down. So I want the text to start there with that. And then for here, it's going to do the same thing. Sometimes when it can't really like decipher when you've done too many different lines, it'll like scrunch it all up and then just have you redo. And let's say that, I don't know if this should be Avenir. Let me see if Avenir has a, whoops, a bold Roman, bold, black. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is take this text down so it can kind of be all in one. And then I'm going to make each line, whoops, go out to that line. Now, sometimes you have to come in here and add like 0.2 for it to get closer over a 0.5. You see how there's kind of a little bit of space, and it really irks me, but some people may not be able to see, but you just, whoa, you just want your lines to be, I think it was 33.4 equals. Okay. So this one can't go up that much, so I'll have to do the points over here. Let me see, about 0.5, okay. And then this one can come up more. Now, see how that R touches the line and this O doesn't? I'm going to just come and make it a 0.7. And, oh my God, I hate when it does that. Undo. Okay. 30.7. And then this one is, I'm just going to come and make it a 0.5 so that it looks like it touches the line. All right, so now, like, I don't like how spaced it is. What I will do is come over back to character and I'll, whoops, do the opposite, hit the down so that it can be a little tighter together. And maybe I want this to be the color of the Ideas blue. So what I'll need to do is zoom all the way in. Let's say we go 200, then we scroll up, and then, or actually, come highlight this 58% like that, and then scroll down, and then go to your eyedrop tool and get exactly on the blue. And now come back to your selection tool. Before you do a thing, go back up to your 58 and grab this, grab and drop over here so that now we have that blue. So even if we don't like the color and we want to make it darker, we can have a basis to go on. Go back to 100 and like, oh, we don't look how that looks. Well, maybe we want to keep it in the same spectrum. So what I'll do is just come like try to stay in a line and maybe go darker and see what it looks like. And not really, right? So this is why you save the color, because then you can go back and then you can say, well, maybe if I come over here, it might look better. so it's not all the way the best. Sometimes if you like play around and you make things, you can do it that way too, or you can just come over here and make things like brighter. Sometimes that works, and that doesn't work. So we're gonna need this to be darker. Okay, so probably about here or something. Alright, so that works for the time being. And if we need to, we can always make the background a little bit more transparent, or a little bit more darker, or just like, yeah, let's see. Oh, I think I liked it like that. Okay, I'll just leave it that way. Anyway, I'm gonna open the other one I had because I don't feel like typing all that text again. Recent files as an example. And so this is the one that I had made the other day. I'm just gonna copy this text and paste it in here, and you see it's there. We're gonna have to make it white and smaller. White. Give a helping hand and volunteer with ideas for us today. And we're going to make that text smaller. Okay, and then we can make this text smaller too. And also bring it up. And then I think, I'm not sure, let's go to the selection tool. I don't know if these guys are, okay, these guys are not locked, so we can move it down. If we see we want to keep our text still there. Alright, so, and then we can have that aligned, or we can take it out, because I see we have that taken out a little bit over there. Actually, we can move these in so that they're right there. And then what I would do is get this 58% and drag and drop the color here. And I would make like this or something, subtext, figure out what you're going to do with that. And maybe make this green right here. Give a helping hand and volunteer with ideas today. Okay, so, and this doesn't have to be capital, but actually we can make it all caps. Volunteer. Okay. So, oops. File save so we can update what we've done. And then I'm going to go over here and get like maybe this, and actually let me copy this one. Keep the trend going. But now, what is this? Avenir Black. We're going to make this, whoops. Well, undo. Make this Avenir Black. And we will have to make this the size of this, and we can take it off center because we're going to make it all fit into the box, and I want help to be big. I want to make the box bigger. Okay. continue the trend. I have to do the janky little thing here. 0.4, let's see. Now let's go to 0.6. 0.8. No, 0.7. Okay, so 0.6 is the highest that we can go here. Okay, so then we have that, and let's say we make this back black. And we have help continue the trend. Ideas looks weird right there. Okay, so we do that with it. Maybe we want to make ideas just a little bit bigger. So I'm holding down the shift button. So that I can drag the dimensions and keep them still big or still legible and not like pixelated and warped. Okay, so there we have that, and then we have help continue the trend. Maybe we want to bring the world over and make your text make sense. Mine doesn't make sense really because I'm just trying to show you how you can do something to, you know, make your stuff look nice. And then let's say we want to try to add a hand right there. Go to File, Save. What I'll do is, if I don't have a graphic, I can try to get one. You'll have to source it. Volunteer hands, HD PNG, and images. Well, let's say maybe we want them to be black. All right, here's one. Is it HD? Is it PNG? I don't think it's a PNG. We need it with no background. All right, so this looks cool. Let's see if we can download this. Save images, hands, download. Okay, so let's come back here, file, oops, Illustrator, file, place, downloads, the hand here, and let's say we want to put it here. Okay, oh, see how they lie to you sometimes? This is not a PNG. Now we go back to square one. I think this was transparent. Let's so it looked like. Save images, save AI. File, place, volunteer hands, place, and let's see if we place it here. Yay! It is something that we can place like right here. So it doesn't look like it's floating, but maybe we shift hold so we bring it up to fit this box. Actually, we can bring this side out more. Okay, so we got some volunteer hands in here. And if you were to use this like somewhere under here, you could try to see if you can get a free one. Usually the free ones, you're fine, but if it's someone else's image, then somewhere under here or over here, you want to cite the image. You can always trace this too. You can Google how to trace things. That way You know what I mean? Like the image becomes something you created and traced. And then what if we took the all hands on deck theme, but we just made our own to fit right here. And we go, whoa, all hands on deck. Clearly it took the tracking, from here and just kept it. So we want to get that space back out. And then we'll put that, and maybe we make this green that we've been working with. And now maybe we center this. And we bring it here. But because we want to bring this in. So all hands on deck. And does that look better black? All hands on deck. Help continue the trend. All hands on deck. Okay, so this looks like something that's nice. What I'll do is, I don't know what this is, delete it, and then I'll say, and usually like you might have more of a call to action, like this might say, I don't know, whatever, it might say like come visit or join, or you know, it might be about the programs, or you know, something. There can be, you know, more text that makes sense. This is just to show you some layout stuff. Use your copy an image sheet that I gave you to write out your ideas first, and then that way all your text and imagery will make sense. So you'll go to File, Save first, and now it saves to your documents as a AI file, and then you'll go to File, Save As, and then you'll scroll down here and go to PDF, and then you'll hit Save, and then you'll keep all of these settings that it has, and you'll say Save PDF. And if you wanted to save it for another file, you can go to File, Export, Export As, PNG, use artboards, export, make it 300 PPI because that's high resolution. You can make the background of this transparent so you can post it on other stuff, but it's not really that type of graphic, so we make the background white and hit OK. And now it saves as that. And if we go down to our files and we go to documents, we now have all the files. We have this here as a PDF. Okay, nice. And then we have it here as a PNG. And you can see how, oh, that's the other one. Whoops, where's the PNG at? Okay, right here. So you can see how, and this is not a good photo by the way, but you can see how the colors even differ from like PDF, whatever. That happens when you also go to printing too. So you have to see, like, I would have preferred to have this brighter. So sometimes you'll see things and then you'll go in and you'll change it, and then you can like update it. Maybe you want it back that bright because it looks good. So you'll go to File, Save, and then this is already the PDF. So right here, when you open this again, close it and open it again, it'll be that lighter color. Okay, so I will put both of these on in the folder on Blackboard, the video and the files, that way you guys can see what I did and stuff. All right, have a good day, and we shall talk soon. Bye.